Hey there everybody, it's March 1st, time for my February collection update video. Happy leap year, first of all. We got an extra day in February, so that was kind of whole 4-year whatever. But pretty small collection update this month. There were a couple things I didn't expect to get this month, and you will see them throughout this video. Otherwise it's entirely planned stuff. Actually, really, there's only 3 planned things, now that I think about it, of the less than 10 things I have in this collection update. All we have is CDs and video games, and by video games it's kind of a loose term. There's no actual games, it's just other stuff. So we will start with CDs and end with video games. Alright, starting with our first CD. We have a CD I actually bought last month, or in January, but it took a little while to get here. But I did finally get it. Another band from ProgPower. This is the only ProgPower band from the CDs here. But it is a band from ProgPower. It's Vanishing Point. This is their second most recent album. I already have the most recent album, Distant is the Sun. This is the 4th album, the 4th season. This is actually significantly older than their last album. They apparently went on some sort of hiatus or something, because it took them 7 years to make a new album. This was made in 2007, and then Distant is the Sun is from 2014. I like the cover. It's got a kind of blindfolded violinist. This is a pretty good album. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd say it's as good as Distant as the Sun, but it's still pretty good. Unfortunately, like my curse with CDs, all the prongs in the little that hold the CD in are broken, so it's just going to kind of sit there. But it is what it is. I guess there's some bonus material, like a DVD type thing. But yeah, really cool to have this. It was pretty good. I will probably buy more of these guys eventually. Moving on, we have a CD that I did not expect to ever get, honestly. And I found it on eBay for cheap, lost the original auction, but found it again, and then won it for less than the price of a new CD. This is a band I never thought I'd have a CD for, because I looked how much their CDs usually go for, and it's usually something ridiculous. But I did get this CD for relatively cheap. That being Ark from Norway, and progressive metal band. This is their second album, Burn the Sun. They only have 2 albums. They kind of broke up and people have died and whatever. Jorn Land was the singer for this band. I'm a huge fan of his. Basically the rest of the core members formed another band called Conception. Or actually they were from, other way around. They were from another band called Conception, which had the original singer for Camelot. And that band's CDs are impossible to find too, but I'm looking for at least one of them eventually. But Ark, Burn the Sun, this is their second album. I don't expect to ever find their first one. It's just not probably going to happen. But this was alright. I mean, I might have amped it up to be, way better than it actually ended up being, because how rare it was. But there were some good songs. Heal the Waters was pretty good. The first couple songs sounded kind of like alt-rock, almost. Feed the Fire, Missing You. There were some pretty good songs. This CD's from 2001, so it's significantly old, but still pretty good. Cool to have a CD like this. Normally this would be the last of my bunch, but there's another 2 pretty big CDs coming up here. But yeah, so yeah, I'm happy to have this. Yeah, so good CD, pretty good. If I can ever find Ark or Conception, that'll be really cool, and I'll listen to them more and stuff. Yeah. Alright. Moving on, we have the 2 CDs I actually bought at the beginning of the month, but they came from Britain, and for some reason they took almost the entire month to get here. I actually got them on Leap Day, the last day of the month, and I listened to them both today before I made this video. I'm putting them in this. I put CDs or whatever I get in whatever collection update they're in. So if I would have gotten these today, you wouldn't see them till the beginning of next month. I don't know why I do that, but yeah, it's a technicality, but I do that. But we'll start out. These are two CDs I was really hyped up for. They both came out in January, and they're two bands I'm really big fans of, and I'm glad I got these two CDs. We'll start out with the first one. That being Avantasia. They put out a new album this January. This is the new one, Ghost Lights. It actually is kind of a sequel to Mystery of Time. I like this cover a lot. Really good CD. I'd say it's probably better than Mystery of Time. It's probably their best since Wicked Symphony in my book. Mystery of a Blood Red Rose was their single that they actually ended up doing Eurovision with. He tried to do Eurovision with it. He didn't end up winning. Let the Storm Descend Upon You, the only really long song at 12 minutes. It's good. The Haunting, Ghost Lights, Draconian Love, Masters of the Pendulum. There's a lot of A Restless Heart and Obsidian Lies. There's some pretty good songs on here. But it's originally by the singer for Edguy. But who else is on here? Jornland again. He's everywhere. Let's see. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister does a song, and Jeff Tate from Queensryche does a song. Michael Kiske, who I've determined is one of the best singers in the world. Herbie Langens, who's in Beyond the Bridge, and I have one of their CDs, so that was really cool to see that. Sharon Den Adel from Within Temptation. Marco Hitelia from Nightwish. Who was also in the most recent Ayreon, which is really cool. It's really good to have this. This was a really good album. It takes a little while between CDs, so I don't expect to see a CD anytime soon. This is actually the first Avantasia CD I bought, even reasonably close to when it came out. The rest of them I bought way after. But, yeah, I enjoyed this album. I actually expected this album to be way better than this next one. But this next album surprised me. Being the band that it is, it's not surprising, but considering, what's been other things, I'm surprised that it did. We'll move on to that CD now. And that being the band that introduced me and got me into, I would say, metal as a whole. Really, into prog metal, definitely. I call it the gateway band, easily the most popular band in the genre, Dream Theater. This is their new album, The Astonishing. It's 2 discs. It's a 2-disc concept album about a basically a post-dystopian world or society where music is essentially frowned upon, except for these little machines. And I don't want to give away too much of the story. There's a whole website and all this dedicated to story. Apparently, they're making a game out of this album, like a PC and iPhone, Android kind of mobile type game. Whatever, that's cool. But I was really worried for this album. I was, because the single they released, it wasn't that great. I mean, it was alright, The Gift of Music. But I listened to this album and oh my god. Their last album was just so disappointing, but this is return to form in my book. I love this album. I am really glad to say that I love this album, and I'm actually going to see them when they come to where I live in May with my father, and they're doing this entire album, the whole thing. So that'll be cool. I was a little worried about that too, but I mean, free ticket, I wasn't going to say no. But this album is absolutely fantastic. Let's see, it's 2 discs, it's like over 2 hours of music here. But let's see, disc 1, Dystopian Overture, the first instrumental is really good. A Better Life, When Your Time Has Come, Act of Faith, A Life Left Behind, Chosen, The X Aspect, A New Beginning. That's just the first disc. It tells a story. I don't want to give away too much because the story is really complicated, and I don't want to. If you ever want to go listen to this, I don't want to ruin the CD. But moving on to second disc, Moment of Betrayal, Begin Again, The Path That Divides, My Last Farewell, Losing Faith, Hymn of a Thousand Voices, which gave me all kinds of feelings. Like the ending of the second CD, I almost started crying because I read a spoiler of what was about to happen, and it gave me feelings. I wasn't expecting that. And then the final track, Astonishing, which kind of fitting, seeing as the title of the album is The Astonishing. But really, really great album. I don't know where I'd put it on my my top Dream Theater albums. I still think Scenes from Memory is my favorite, and I really liked A Dramatic Turn of Events, which apparently a lot of people haven't liked anything past when Portnoy left, their original drummer. Like, they say A Dramatic Turn, the self-titled album, this one was even disappointing, but this one's definitely better than the self-titled album in my book. This might be third or fourth on my list of their best albums. I still feel like Octavarium is up there, but that was one of the first albums of theirs I ever heard. So, I mean, come on. But yeah, this album is fantastic. Go check this one out, definitely. This is a great album, but it's a long album. It's like almost 2.5 hours total. So it's a long one. That's it for music and our CDs. That's it for CDs. We move on to video games. There are no video games. There's just a couple of accessories and this one thing I'm about to show you here. Seeing as it's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon this year, they're giving away a Pokemon every month, Legendary, and they just announced the new Pokemon games. I'll probably talk about that at the end of the video just to add something. But I got this poster at GameStop. I'll go ahead and zoom out here. On one side, it has the Pikachu. They do this in all their commercials. They have a 20th anniversary with the Pikachu head, a bunch of Pokemon. And then on the other side, it's all the legendaries that are getting released this year. Arceus, Meloetta, Victini, Jirachi, Genesect, Keldeo, Manaphy, Mew, Celebi, Shaman, and Darkrai. Mew came out in January, Celebi is this month. I'm sorry, Mew came out in February, Celebi is March. So, Celebi came out today. I believe the following month is Jirachi or something. The only ones in this list that I don't have are Meloetta, because I missed it at the end of Black and White, Arceus, and Manaphy, Darkrai, and Shaman. Because I don't think these were ever even given out. I don't remember. But, yeah, I have everybody else already. This is a really cool poster, and I got it for free at GameStop. So, you know, hey, that's pretty cool to have. It's nice to have posters, because I don't get them very often. Then, I increased my Amiibo collection a little bit. This first set here, I got a gift card for Christmas to GameStop, and I pre-ordered a bunch of Amiibos that you'll see actually next collection update, now that I think about it. But I didn't realize I had as much as I did when I pre-ordered them, and then they're like, oh, you still have like $40 left on the thing. So I grabbed this because I've wanted it. This is the retro pack of 3 Amiibos with Rob the Robot, Mr. Game & Watch, and the Duck Hunt Dog. Really happy to have this because I have wanted these 3 specifically. I know there's a Famicom Rob coming out. I have it pre-ordered. I don't like giving away some of the stuff I have, but I have this pre-ordered. But really cool to have this one. They all look really good. Plus, in the bottom, I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but in the bottom under everybody there's different base or different little things. You can actually switch out the Mr. Game & Watch pieces, and there's other pieces down here. But I mean, it's going to stay in the box, so it doesn't really matter too much. Still really cool to have, though. Retro Pack 3, or Retro Pack 1 is what it's called. This next one I didn't actually expect to get, and thankfully I follow this Amiibo Twitter thing that anytime anything comes out or there's any kind of leak or anything special, they put it up there. And I was actually able to find this on GameStop online. I now have all the Pokemon Amiibo. I found Jigglypuff on GameStop. It was originally a Target exclusive, so it does look like eventually Amiibo exclusivity does just end. There's still a few I need that were exclusive or rare, but I'll get them eventually. Also, Jigglypuff looks really, really good. So I'm really happy to have this. This was another surprise from this month. Honestly, most of these, except Dream Theater, Avantasia, and Vanishing Point, those were the only planned things this entire month. Everything else was just kind of spur of the moment. But, yeah, that's everything. That's it for the collection update, really. It's small, like I said. I will be back at the beginning of next month, because I have Amiibos. There are a couple games coming out. I might actually have to buy one. There's a couple games coming out. There's a CD I want to buy because it comes out. And otherwise, I'm going to SakuraCon again in Seattle. I know I'm so far behind on videos with that. I have 3 years worth of videos I need to upload. Eventually I'll do that. I might make a video this year, I'm not sure yet. But I end up spending a bunch of money up there, so I'm sure that's like the only place I get posters and wall scrolls anymore, so I'm sure I might have some of those. There'll be artwork definitely because I go to this one art dealer. I'm trying to get a bunch of video games. If I find any anime I particularly want that are cheap, I might buy that. But most likely it's just going to be video games that you see here. It shouldn't be too big or small of a collection update. I don't know yet. But that being said, I will close out with a little bit of the Pokemon thing. There was a big Pokemon Nintendo Direct the other day, about a week ago almost now. They announced new Pokemon games, Pokemon Sun and Moon. I am so excited. I love Pokemon. It's easily probably my second favorite game series next to Zelda, so I am really happy. I actually downloaded Yellow onto my 3DS because you can transfer the Pokemon from Red, Blue, and Yellow on the 3DS to Pokemon Bank to the newer games. Now, what I want to know is, does that mean the Pikachu? I don't know. I'll find out here. I'm playing it currently. Not literally, but you know what I mean. But yeah, can't wait for Sun and Moon. That's going to be some fun stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this video. I will see you on April 1st, April Fool's Day, everybody's favorite day. Later.